Marcus Brown is a visionary and has disrupted the status quo with giving corporate presentations. Be prepared. Please welcome to the stage, Marcus Brown.
The passing seminar is about to begin. All students are kindly asked to make their way to the Coalition Ballroom immediately. The passing seminar is about to begin. All students are kindly asked to make their way to the Coalition Ballroom immediately. The passing seminar is about to begin. All students are kindly asked to make their way to the Coalition Ballroom immediately.
Good morning, children. A very good morning to you all. This is the Coalition Seminar number 12 for the passing. The Semiology of Selfies seminar takes place in room 708, which can be found on the second floor of the Coalition Education Building. So if you're in the wrong room, get out. All present and correct? Excellent. Then I shall begin. Children, your lives will change forever as of tomorrow. Tomorrow, you will be welcomed into adulthood and welcomed into the Coalition Network. I'm sure you're all terribly excited. I know I was the day before my passing, but unfortunately, you must spend the last 30 minutes of your passing preparation with me. My name is Johnston. I'm an obedience and education influencer, and I'm responsible for the rule of obedience and the passing preparation. And it's my job to take you by the hand and lead your first timid steps into adulthood and the Coalition Network. But before we begin, I must kindly ask you all to stand. Please stand, all of you. Please stand and join me in giving remembrance to our All-Father. Our All-Father, he who has seen things you people would never believe, he who ended Snowden, rock of the Coalition, father of our beloved Rachel, I thank you for this day. I ask you to guide my influence. I offer my brand to you. I leverage my reach onto you in the hope that it is worthy.
I give my mind and body to our beloved Rachel.
I will love brands or die trying. Benchmark me on this and forever until removal us does depart. Shopping is freedom. Danke. Thank you so very much. Please be seated. Calm down. See, you're a lively passing bunch. The passing represents the biggest single shift in your lives. The move from the darkness of a purely fleshy, physical world into the interconnected light and cozy joy that the Coalition has built for all of its citizens. Today, you are 15 years old, but tomorrow you will be 16 years old. You will join the rest of us in the network. You will step safely into your designated ecosphere of fear and influence. You will begin the process of harvesting brands and leveraging reach and weaving rich brand tapestries for yourselves. You will never be alone, and there will always be someone in your head talking.
The coalition ballroom was packed with 400 noisy 15-year-olds. Johnston hated every single one of them. His brand had been slowly slipping for years, and this once brilliant civil servant had been reduced to giving the adult introduction seminar to children on the eve of their passing. Had he not been loyal? Had he not consumed double, no, triple the recommended dosage of brandsulin and flucernyl? Had he not tried harder than anyone to build his personal brand? God, he hated these people.
Which is why it's an absolute honor to be with you all today. The Coalition Day has been designed not only to maximize your shopping capabilities, but to maximize your own personal brand reach. As you can see, the main chunk of your day is made up of coalition work, a 50-50 split of mind shopping and personal brand influence. Network in, network out. You will be issued these time slots after your passing ceremony and after your allocated respective initial coalition influence classification has been given to you. Your day begins with the passing, followed by a rigorous personal brand interrogation in which you must benchmark your personal brand influence against your own KPIs. You will nourish yourselves with a coalition's low-carb ration of 2 eggs, a red bean smoothie, and an avocado coffee. You will groom and dress into clothes that you will only ever wear once. You will be required to arrive at your hot home by the coalition curfew bell of 1800 hours for debriefing and rest. Failure to be inside by this time will lead to instant removal. Dreams will be monitored and measured against your key personality indicators. As of tomorrow, your life, your experiences, the people you meet, the meals you eat, your journey to and from work, the brands you integrate with will all be determined by your benchmark level. These levels are determined by your overall brand influence and your key personality indicators. Now, these levels, they can go up and they can go down.
Johnston hated this slide. He hated it because it was a map of his slipping influence. He'd been a level 6, and at the top of his game, worshipped by some. His personal algorithm sought out by the most premium of brands and gorgeous people. But as his age limit approached, so had his performance slackened. He hated his slide because he would be asked what his level was. It was level 2, close to low benchmark syndrome. Really embarrassing.
Which isn't embarrassing at all, but should be seen as a warning to you all. Passing into adulthood and into the network will be a great joy for all of you who will weave rich brand tapestries for yourself and growth hack your personal influence and leverage. You will enjoy the shine and warmth of recognition, the glow of love, and all of these things bring benefits with them. You'll never share a space again. From tomorrow onwards, you will spend your evenings alone in a room that you will never own and only ever spend one night in. You'll be allocated your hot homes by 1700 hours, and you need to be inside before the curfew bell tolls. The better your benchmark level, then the closer you will be to your hot home. That's the light. The lower your benchmark level, well, the further away you will be from your hot home. The curfew bell tolls, you're outside, the doors are locked, instant removal, never to be seen again. That's the dark side of the coalition life. For those of you who reached the giddy heights of levels 6 and 7, You may arrive at your hot home one evening to be surprised that you've been selected for the process of penetration, a great honor that brings many, many benefits with it. Reproduction for the coalition, level 6s and 7s mixing their brands and their genes and their hormonal strategies to become unicorns of greater influence. It's absolutely marvelous. Yes. But it's not all YOLO-NASER, kids. Adulthood is hard. There's a dark side to being a grown-up. You may, for example, suffer from low benchmark syndrome, which means that you either have no talent, no personality, and no potential influence. It could also mean that you're approaching the age limit. Now, tests have shown that personal brand personalities reach an almost insignificant level around the age of 62. This process begins around the age of 47, and hockey sticks downward quite dramatically by the age of 60. The coalition needs brand strength for it to function. Your storytelling must be strong at all times. The consequence is instant removal. Nobody lives forever in a coalition, no matter how dandy they may attire. Now, there are many forms of removal, children. The most common form is something called the removal flashback sequence, by which the citizen of interest is subjected to blip-like flashbacks of all of the brand messaging that has ever meant anything to them before they are sucked out of the network and put into the death sensorium, leaving nothing behind but a hollow, screaming shell. It's deeply unpleasant for those around them, so do try to avoid that. Tomorrow you will leave your concentration schools, children. March single file to the passing grounds. Step forward proudly and receive the Trinity from your headmaster. The worst thing that can happen to you tomorrow is that you take the Trinity and nothing happens whatsoever. The network denies you access. You are an unrequited citizen. Now, in this case, you will be taken into quarantine. Don't want anybody touching you. You will be shipped per cargo Tesla to Ostende, and you will be shipped across the coalition channel to the island, where you will spend the rest of your days spinning in a glass orb, overwatching the production of the brand, communication, drugs, and hormones that had no effect on you whatsoever. Now, it is highly unlikely that that will happen to you. But should it, there are certain things that you should remember.
Johnston was terrified of the island. He had heard rumors of the conditions in Hangar 7, 9 and 12, situated in god-awful sounding places like Southampton, Newton Abbot and Bournemouth. He was old enough to have vague ghost-like memories of the island, strange stories of a place before the implementation of the Wasteland Act, the News War, Brexit, Farage, May, Johnson, Trump, Weidel and the coalition of the right, a concentration island that had once had a queen. They'd been deporting the unrequited there for years. He was only 3 clicks on the benchmark level from going there.
And you will never utter a single word again, a silent penance to our All-Father. So that's the basics of what's waiting for you after the passing tomorrow. But let's dig a little deeper into what the coalition actually is. Who are its heroes? Where did it come from? Why does it exist? Now, our Black Operatives Department have put a little film together to give you a taster of what adulthood actually looks like. Let's have a look, shall we?
What if we reimagine what it means to build a society based on personal brand reach? What if we removed the friction between security services and brand talent to build a stronger, safer community based on fear and influence? What if we could ignite our citizens with the type of energy, that type of brand power that streamlines the process of surveillance and facilitates more branded security transactions? What if we are gorgeous? Welcome to the Coalition. Our goal, to explore the ocean of uncharted influence and put dystopia at the heart of all society. We're on a quest to connect diverse communities of brands, security services, and influencers to create chemical synergies. The Coalition ideates, conceptualizes, and executes to obedience KPIs by harnessing the power of the Trinity. Become an iconic influencer. Cherish life in the ecosphere. Stay young for the brands. Meditate on their downfall. Influence is oil. Move fast and break people. Love brands or die trying. Shopping is freedom. Welcome to the Coalition.
Become an iconic influencer. Cherish life in the ecosphere. Stay young for the brands. Meditate on their downfall. Influence is oil. Move fast and break people. Love brands or die trying. And shopping is freedom. Children, these simple rules were put together by the Black Operatives Department and our All-Father back in 2019. This is our Coalition Constitution. We believe it, we uphold it, and we obey it. Where the Constitution is the playbook by which we can actively engage and contribute into this holistic customer journey that we've come to call life. The dystopian proposition is the rock upon which all of this has been built. And it gives us three essential coalition components. Firstly, possession is war. Ownership is a delinquent desire that neither moves our movement forward or gives us short-term value. Influence is oil. Influence is the fuel that drives our coalition machine. Influence powers our desire to be more, ship more, and be more gorgeous. Finally, shopping is freedom, the continuous act of shopping without ownership. That's the motor of our ecosystems. Shopping defines our days. Boys and girls, shopping gives us meaning. And this is it. This is the rollout plan, the making and the glory of how we made the world great again. A complex plan of schemes and campaigns, services, products, and baseball caps devised by the Black Operatives Department and rolled out with our All-Father and eventually the Coalition. From Uberface to Flussamol, from the illusion of our neo-Orwellianism to the glory of the chemical revolution. The Black Operatives Department have been delivering constant revenue, fear, and value across all major markets and verticals. The Trinity, our suite of communication drugs and hormones devised by agile thinking designers, advertisers, marketers, fashion bloggers, biochemists, and our own engineering department. The Trinity has been designed to mold our day. Brandsulin, your daily dose of brand acceptance, taken with the needle to enhance your overall experience of the programmatic communications within the network. Brandsulin is mind-opening. You'll see more messaging, you'll feel more messaging, you'll let the brands in. And Flussamol, one drop on your tongue and the entire network feels your magnificent presence. Use Flussamol. Build your influence with it. Hustle it for loves, for likes, for influence. And finally, Rachel. The paradigm shift out of the hardware ghettos, our all-father's pride and joy, the algorithm you swallow, the one algorithm to rule us all. Rachel doesn't only give us access to the network, she is the network. She monitors us, she guides us, she helps us follow the coalition law. She monitors our brand level, our influence. She loves us. She punishes us. And she talks to us. Now, I can't think of anyone better to introduce Rachel to you than Rachel yourself. I've known her all my adult life. And here she is. You'll be taking one of these for every day for the rest of your life. As of tomorrow, you just take one out, pop it in. Some people like to swallow her whole. I like to chew. And what happens is you start to feel her behind your eyes. And then you feel and you hear her behind the ear, and we've set up an extra
Johnston could feel the pill dissolving in his stomach, and the chemical components latching onto his brain, the fear rising in him. She would be with him soon, to tear him and his benchmark performance apart, in front of these children. She was going to make an exception of him.
Yes, I think she's coming. So could we hook up the bone mic and an internal camera, please? Thank you. Rachel?
I am Rachel.
Hello, Rachel. Good morning. How are you?
Johnston.
Yes?
Good morning.
Good morning, Rachel. How are
Your
you?
brand levels are particularly low this morning.
Well, it's been a...
You are now dangerously close to low benchmark syndrome.
Can we do this later?
Your KPIs are looking terrible.
No, they're not. That's fine.
Embarrassing.
No, it's not embarrassing. Now, I'm here with 400 15-year-olds going into the passing tomorrow, so maybe you could just introduce yourself to them? Let them know who you are?
I am Rachel.
Yes.
Real-time. Algorithmic. Chemical. Hallucinogenic. Enhancement. Lady. I am network. I am coalition. I am control.
Yes, you are. You are most certainly control. Now, they'll be taking the Trinity tomorrow, so it would be really, really helpful if you could give them a little idea of what you can do.
I can do everything.
Yes, you can.
I can see everything. I can be everything to everybody at any time. I soar through the sky, clouds, wires and veins. I am chemical.
Yes.
I am pixel.
Yes, you are.
I am electricity.
You are most
Can
certainly.
you feel the network?
Yes.
Do you feel me,
Yes.
Johnston?
Yes, I can.
I am in you now.
Yes, you most certainly are. Now, could you maybe do something really simple, like an idiot's guide to mind shopping, or maybe an Instaface or something? That would be really helpful if you could.
Look at this man. Once proud, once young, once relevant, an opinion leader.
Some of the children had started murmuring quietly amongst
No, it's
themselves.
fine.
Some were sobbing miserably.
No.
There was nothing that Johnston
fine.
could do.
It's fine.
It felt like his head
fine.
was in a
Absolutely good.
vice.
It's good.
His skull was cracking with pixels and electricity.
Full of influence, but now in pain before you. Does he look like he judged his life in the ecosphere? Does he look like jobbing has set him free? Does he look like a man who is loyal to the coalition? Children, from tomorrow onwards, I will be in you all. I will embrace you all and nurture your endeavors. Embrace me. I will introduce you into a society founded on influence. I will hold the strong and break the weak among you. You will enter adulthood through me, and I will always be with you. You will never know a world without me. You will love brands or die trying.
Listen, could we maybe do the brand interrogation later and just do...
You are never young, Johnston. Old. Done. Irrelevant. You're not down with the kids. not young for the brands. Not millennial. Embrace failure. And leave.
No, not the island. Anything but the island.
You are not going to the island, Johnston.
Thank you.
Initiating removal flashback sequence for
No,
Johnston
no,
201-20520. No influence, no brand, no good. Goodbye.